Good morning, my friends. I hope you are having a fantastic day. I am coming to you from a parking lot where there was a pretty significant Civil War battle. Now, obviously, I don't mean the Civil War took place on top of the parking lot, but it was developed over, and I guarantee where I am parked right now that there are Civil War bullets locked somewhere under this asphalt. So anywho, I've been metal detecting around this general area in the neighborhoods here. I've done maybe about 4 or 5 permissions, and I've done pretty well. Now, most of the houses I've been metal detecting have been built in 1947 or newer, so they're not significantly old houses. But last time I was here in one of the lawns, I found this beauty, a pretty much near perfect condition dropped 58 caliber mini ball from the American Civil War. So I figured I really love neighborhoods like this. This is the type of places that I try to research. Somewhere where I can find potential old relics, silver coins, jewelry, you name it. There could be anything here. So I would call today a success if I found any of the following 3. Either a silver coin, a Civil War relic of any kind, most likely a bullet, or a piece of jewelry. And if I could find all 3, that would absolutely smash it out of the park. So anywho, I'm going to get to door knocking after I munch on some cereal here. Chocolate peanut butter shreds. That is the best cereal ever made to mankind. But anywho, getting into my zone for door knocking, and I'll let you guys know how it turns out. Stand by. So I'm first driving around this area of where some of the battle took place. And you could see how this could have been a strategic location. Amazing view from up here. Unfortunately, where everything is where I'm at right now, it was obviously all private property up on this hill, but also there's really no home sites up this way to knock. So I was just kind of scouting around the edges to see what it looked like up here, because I've never been back this road before, and I got gobsmacked by this amazing view. And this road keeps going back into where there would have been a lot of soldiers during the Civil War. So I'm gonna head back down the hill here into my post-World War II neighborhood with the small lawns and see if we can get in one of those permissions, because there's definitely bullets in the outskirts of this battlefield. Let's get at it. Alright, well, success. It looks like we're going to be off and rolling today. I knocked on 2 different doors. The first one, nobody answered. The second one, it's a couple that just moved in, and I said, go ahead, look around the front yard. So, as I was talking about before, the houses aren't super old. They did know the exact date of this one, which is 1949. So, let's see what we pull up. I'm excited. It looks like a good one. Alright, I'm working the tree line out by the front of the road here, in the same neighborhood where I've been quite a few times now, and got me another permission. And first signal I dug was this flattened aluminum bottle top, and it's going to be the battle with the roots here, but about 3 to 4 inches down right here. First coin is going to be a 1941 or 40 something. I thought it was 41. It might not be, but 1940 something wheat penny. So I think we're going to find some more here. That's a pretty good start. So I guess in this yard the fill doesn't go up too far. That's a good sign. So I got a signal that wasn't too good. Sounded like a smaller target, and I thought it might just be very shallow trash, just like a tiny piece of metal. But it is actually a deeper target that registered in. So this may be a coin, because it rang in when it did come in, kind of in the low penny range, like 81, 82. So I got a nice big 5-inch plug dug here, and now the signal's really loud on the bottom of the hole. So I think this might be an old penny. I can see it there on the bottom. It is a coin. Yeah, and that is an old Wheatie. So only 2 coins from this property so far. 2 wheat pennies. Not too shabby at all. Might be something good lurking down here. We'll keep looking. So I'm up away from the roots a little bit, making about my 3rd pass across the yard, and I got a solid nickel signal marked. I figured we'd try it live. Now this could just be a piece of junk, but it's not very deep. We're gonna try it live. Kind of sounds rich like the older nickels, but you never know if it could be a pull tab or something like that. down in under here. It's right at about that depth you would think some of the old nickels would sink at. Hopefully a gold ring though, right? Let's not discount ourselves. You never know. Check it out. I think it is an old nickel, and I just dropped it back in the hole. Come on, be an old one. It's a Jefferson. Let me clean it up a second, I'll take a look at the date. And 1964 on that one, so that's going to be the newest coin so far. Not bad for the newest coin. I really like easy yards to hunt like this one. Almost no trash, and the coins really jump out. So I got a signal here that I'm almost certain is a penny. Won't budge off 83. Not very deep and not by the roots. So let's do this one live too, see if it's an old weedy. Or of course, you can always hope for an old slick silver dime. You never know, it could be silver ring, you just don't know, but it sounds like a penny. Not very deep, we're almost at it. At least about 2 inches down. We know it's at least going to be copper if it's a penny. Not going to be zinc. Oh, how do I do it? I did it again. It's a coin sandwich. I can see at least 2 here. I hope these are old. Yep, that one's a wheat cent. You can see where it was stuck to the other one. You can see the 1 cent and where it's got that corrosion from being stuck to the other one. That's amazing. Let's check this one out, see if this is also wheat. Yeah, it looks like it. I think it's 1944, which would make sense. It's the most common wheat, so these circulated a lot in the 1950s and 60s. Early 60s predominantly, but they're still around today. You can randomly find them. But that was it. Unfortunately, no silver down in that hole with them, but hey, we've been here 5 minutes, if that, including the filming, and I already got 4 wheat pennies. I ain't complaining. Right on. So this is the best yard I've hit so far in this neighborhood as far as lack of fill dirt. It seems mostly natural once I come up from the trees where I know there's fill dirt down by the road. On at least this street anyway. It's kind of mixed depending on where I'm at. But this signal here, it's a little bit deeper, and it goes anywhere from like low 80s, but it spikes to high 90s, I mean high 80s a lot. This could be like maybe a 4 to 5 inch silver dime. You can see sometimes it even hits 90, 91. We're definitely going to do this one live. It's a perfect coin signal and right at the depth we want. So let's do this. Come on, be a Rosie or a Merc. All right. The soil is pretty thick here though. It's like a clay mix. It's not solid clay, but it is pretty tough. And there's thick grass and a lot of fine roots here. Yeah, right in the I can see it. It's silver. Let me see if I can show it to you here. I can definitely tell. Weird shadow on the hole. Let me try to block the sun there. Okay, where is it? Yep, right here by this root. See it? That's silver. See what we got. It is a Mercury Dime. That is awesome. I'm not going to be able to wipe that mud off without scratching it. It's not loose. I can see the date on it though. It's a later one, as I assumed, 1944. So it's going to match at least one of them wheat pennies we dug. Now maybe if we get a 44 silver war nickel and a 44 silver quarter, We'll have dug ourselves a nice date set. Maybe a 44 walker to go with it. But if that's the only silver we find today, I'm a happy dude. 6 minutes I've been here, including filming. Maybe 7, because I gab a lot. I'm not going to dig this one live, but I'm about a yard away. I have potentially a very deep coin signal. Like this one might be more like 6 to 7 inches. Very faint, but coming in 80, 81. This might be like a 6 to 7 inch penny. I'll dig it up, let you guys know what it is. Alright guys, this is pretty crazy. I am down a good ways here. That's about 7 inches. Almost the entire length of my hand. And I see something down the hole. It looks silvery, but I've been inspecting it from up here. And I think I see maple leaves. I think it's like a, man, I wonder if this is like a silver-plated Canadian penny. Or maybe it's stuck to something. It looked really shiny at first. What in the world? I know the sun here is terrible. Let's face that way. What in the world is this? Yeah, it's got to be a... Yeah, it's a 1964 Canadian cent. But it's like silver plated. It must be, because I know their pennies aren't silver. But check out that edge. Oh yeah, I think it's got a hole in the top. So somebody probably made this into a silver plated pendant. That's pretty crazy. Unless somebody made a version of these that were silver. But this is probably a plated one. If it is, it's in good shape. That's incredible. I like the stuff in this yard. We're going to listen for them deep peeps. Okay, I dug a shallow zinc penny a second ago, and now I have a slightly deeper signal that's coming a little bit lower than a zinc penny. So either it's a really trashed zinc that I don't think so, or it could be some kind of oddball item, but it's a solid 72 signal. It's got a little bit of depth, so in case it's something interesting, we're going to do this live. Semi-live, that is. Because we're almost down at it. Okay. And it's just a pull tab, but that's our first one, and it's the old style. We'll dig signals like this all day. Could be some jewelry down in here, mixed in with those coins. I really like this yard. Just a second later. Beautiful coin tone. Sounds like a penny, but sometimes it does jump into that silver range. Goes from 82 up to like 87. Once again, seems like this one's got some depth on it. I'm gonna guess about 5 inches on this one. Probably not quite as deep as that Canadian penny we found. And unfortunately, we're hitting some pretty big roots on this one. Really big. So, I'm gonna stop doing this one live, and when I get to it, close to it, I'll turn the camera back on. Okay, I dug out both sides of this big root right here, and thankfully we will be able to get to this one without making too much of a mess. It's kind of in the back of the hole there, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to retrieve this one without scratching it, but we're going to try. There it is, I popped it. Oh, it is a copper memorial cent, but it's an old one. 1960 something? 3, 2, 4, I can't tell. But an early 60s copper penny. Let's check the hole again, see if there's more down there. That's gonna do it. Apart from a shallow zinc penny, the newest coin's been a 1965 nickel. Alright, I'm pretty close to the front of the house, and I had a pretty large sounding 80 signal here, but it was tight. So I don't know if this might just be like an aluminum bottle top, some piece of trash, or it could be like an old pendant or token or something. So we're going to finish it live because most of the targets here have been good. And what is it? It appears to be some sort of jewelry, maybe? Is that one big crazy earring? Is it a couple linked together? It's got a couple little... Well, oh yeah. It is. Check out that. I think it's got the old clip right there. I think that is some old crazy set of earrings, or maybe that's supposed to be one. Oh yeah, I see. Okay, the sizes, when you set them down in there, there's a big ring, a medium ring, and a small ring. That's some fancy schmancy earring right there. What are we going to call that? 1970s, 1960s? Fashion of days gone by. I'll clean it up later. That's pretty funny. Blast an 80 signal. Okay, so for this house, there may not be much fill dirt out by the curb except for where they ran these water lines. I dug a copper penny about right here, about 2 inches down. There was some gravel mixed in. I couldn't see the date on it, but it looked like a 1980 or 82, something like that, so not super old. And I did dig a piece of aluminum too. But I have a signal here. Now it's quite a large target. But look at the numbers, 90. I mean, this could be a piece of aluminum. But a signal like that could also be like a silver quarter. So I'm going to start digging it up, and I'll turn the camera back on when I'm close. I'm not going to try this one live. Stand by. All right, I'm going to let this one go. As I assumed, a lot of roots, and it's down in all the gravel here. So there is some fill here. And I don't know, it seems like a real heavy-duty aluminum. It may be even more solid than that, but it goes straight down. Could be like a super old property marker. I am kind of close to the corner here. Might be an old school property marker. But you can see the tip of it right there. It goes straight down. I can't dig it out in these rocks. I can't even budge it. So we're gonna let it go. But that's what it is. I'm now working the old path up to the house, one of the best places to find coins when it hasn't been excavated over the years. And I got one here I pretty much guarantee it's going to be a coin. Kind of sounds like a penny, but you never know. A few inches down, solid signal. It's probably either going to be a Wheatie or a 60s memorial. Oh, there's still roots the whole way up here. Okay, I'll finish this when I get back to you. So this signal was directly under the root. I'm trying to get my glove off. There we go. You can see this root right here. It was directly under it, so I pushed up on this side and I saw this little edge split apart right here. I know the sun, the glare is really bad, but let's pull this puppy out and see what we got. That looks old. That's got to be another Wheatie. Yep, another wheat cent. Can't see the date on it. Probably 1940s or 1950s again. We'll take it. What's that? Wheatie number 5? I am pleasantly surprised that most of this dirt is original. I'm on the other side of the walkway now by this lamp post and small tree. And listen to this. Another solid copper penny signal. The question is it a Wheatie or is it a memorial? 80% plus of the coins here have been old. Let's do it live. I don't think there's going to be any big roots on this side. It just looks like moss right here. Oh yeah, that's the kind of digging we like right there. That's perfect. This isn't going to be super deep. About 2 to 3 inches probably. All right, let's go get it. There's a few small roots here, but it's not bad. Oh, I think I see it. Is that it? Yep, it's a coin. That one is a memorial. but it is the high relief. I can't see the date because of how it's adhered to these coins, but that's going to be 1959 to 68. Sweet. Okay, so just a second ago, up by the front of the walkway, I got a blasting signal almost right on top. It was 2 modern quarters and a zinc penny, just about a ½ inch under the ground. And right here, got a solid penny signal down under some small roots, about standard 3 to 4 inches, and we got wheat penny number 6, I think. Looks like another newer one, pretty high relief, 1940s, 1950s, around in there. So, all right, let's keep working the edge of this walkway. It is paying dividends. Okay, let's check and see if this one is old. Right by the steps leading out to the road, literally down in the moss right off the side of it, solid coin signal, about 2.5 inches down. We got the edge of a coin right here, and this one, I think this is going to be our first clad dime, but it looks like it's been under the ground for a while. That's probably one from the late 60s or 1970s. That would definitely be my guess. Probably just missed silver by a little bit on that one. Love these old coins locked down by this old path. My favorite type of digging. Okay, I'm not going to bother showing this one on the detector, but another 4-inch signal, kind of 79-80 signal, kind of sounds like a nice old wheat penny, and I'm in a section of the yard where the roots are minimal. So let's do this. Hopefully it's something good. I hit a couple roots there, but not too bad. Yeah. Definitely have to work for this stuff here, that's for sure. The signals are easy to lock onto, but the digging's tough. Yep, it's right down under this kind of young root right here. Still by the path leading up to the house. Directly under it. Okay, so it's saying we're touching it. Oh, I think I saw it. Did I have it there? Yep. It's another coin. Another penny. That one is another high relief memorial, going to be 1959 to 1968. That one, I can kind of see it. I think that's 1963, maybe. All right, let's keep searching. Okay, so I'm up about a yard. This one could potentially be a silver dime, but it could also be another penny. It's once in a while spiking 85 up to 87, which is silver dime. Pegging 84, 85. It could be an older clad dime. We're gonna try this one live for sure. Right about here. Oh yes, no roots. Perfect. Oh, I forgot my battery's low. Hopefully this doesn't die while we're doing this. I gotta change it. It's silver. Look at that nice thick rim. It's gotta be a rosy. That's exactly what it is. 1964. The last year they were made. Awesome. Found a 64 in this neighborhood last time. Sweet. Glad I did that live. And that the camera didn't conk out on me. But it's about to any second. Let's keep looking. This dirt definitely hasn't been touched. Right here I just got a 1968 penny about an inch down. And right here about 3 inches down, it was one of the really old style pull tabs. They only made these from 1962 to 1964. And there's that 68 penny right on the edge of the walkway. And another 2 feet up. I'm excited about this one. 89.90. Probably only about 2 to 3 inches down. This is either a clad or a silver quarter. Clad quarter or silver. Now the funny thing is, in 2018, I didn't dig a single silver George Washington quarter. So wouldn't it be hilarious if in the beginning of 2019 I dug one? Because if it is a silver quarter, I can almost guarantee it's going to be a GW, because that's the range of the silvers I'm digging here. Let's find out. It's in the back of my hole here a little bit. All right. Oh, it's clad. Man, that looks like an older one though. I probably just missed it on that. I guarantee that one's late 1960s or early 70s. Let's take a look at it just so we can see for the record. Let's wipe it. I think it's 66. Something like that anyway. Just missed silver on that one. We'll still take it though. Let's keep hunting. So let me tell you what is about to happen with this next clip. I went over an amazing signal with the detector and I just immediately, oh yeah, I had that grin and I knew exactly what it was going to be. Or at least I was 99% sure. But the guy that was there at the house, he ran to the store, I don't know to rent one or what, but he got an air compressor and they were cleaning off all sorts of furniture in the house or something. And it was really loud at that point. So I stuck my leash in the ground and I'm thinking in that spot, I'm like, okay, I'll come back to it. And then I waited like 10 minutes. He was still running the thing, and I'm like, man, I just got to dig this up. I don't know, maybe they'll leave or something and ask me to leave. You never know. And I mean, you want to dig all the good stuff you can while you're out of permission. So I'm like, I'm just going to live dig it, and I'll cut the audio. So that's exactly what I did. Turned out it was down in roots, and it took longer than expected, but I knew exactly what it was. So we'll put some music in the background, and here's the live dig, because you don't want to hear that air compressor. Trust me. Now under a bunch of roots where a tree was uprooted right here. It's got a 1957 D wheat penny. I think that's Wheatie number 9. There's so many of them here. I just got a really deep wheat penny here. Check out when I pop the plug. Look at that imprint. That's a good 7 inches down too. As soon as I popped it, it fell off right there. A really nice one too. Can't see the date though, but looks like it's from the 50s. Nice. Okay, I had a signal here I thought was going to be a deep penny. I went down about 6 inches. I already filled the back of this hole in a little bit, trying to keep it neat while I'm digging here. And surprise, surprise, a silver popped out about 6 inches down right by the front steps of the house. It's a Rosie. 1940 something by the looks of it. Sweet. That's silver number 4. I'll check this hole again and we'll keep going. Well, you're probably tired of seeing them. I'm in the side yard here. 2 to 3 inch signal, solid copper tone, and it's another wheat scent. And I dug one a minute ago. I didn't film by the front steps. It was down in with a piece of chunky aluminum, so when you find a lot of good targets, that's why you dig the trash out. I don't know, I lost track. That's like maybe weedy number 11. I just got a clad quarter back here a little ways, been under the ground for a while. I was gonna live dig it, but it didn't sound like a silver quarter, so I decided not to do it live because it was shallow. But yep, racking up the coins. All right, so I'm working in between some utility lines. You can see the flag there, and there's some signals that follow up the house. Some are pipes, some may be electrical from this lamp post here. Going real slow in through here because I've been picking out some Wheaties and making sure the signals are, aren't long like they're utility lines or anything, and just trying to isolate solid signals. And I got a really solid one here. It may just be junk, but the way it's ringing, it sounds just like a silver Washington quarter. So we're gonna do it live just in case, because it's not inconsistent like aluminum. Normally aluminum siding is like a weird shape, so it'll change tone. But since we've been digging some Wheaties on this side yard, we'll do this live in the hopes that it's another silver quarter. And it is. Laying perfectly flat, perfect 91, 92 signal. Check that out. You can see where it broke off the plug here. All those little grass roots flattened down. GW. Spent all of 2018 and couldn't find one. I only found 3 standing Liberty quarters for the quarters. And now, the first hunt of 2019, or this might be the second hunt. First hunt at an old house, and I got 2 of them. It's funny how it works. It's got a D-mint mark on the back. 1956. You beauty. Let's keep working it. I had a blasting signal right on top I thought was just going to be a piece of junk. And here it's a big old dog tag. I was expecting a hunk of aluminum, and that's what I got, except it's a good hunk of aluminum. So I'll clean it up later. This one doesn't look super old, but it could go back to the 1950s, but probably a little bit newer on that one. My guess anyway. I'll let you know. Up and down the path again, and a signal I missed. I keep going back and forth, and once in a while it unlocks another signal. Nice imprint right here. Not sure if you can see that. Looks like another penny. Is this one going to be a Wheatie? No. It's going to be a 1960-something memorial. I can see the first, I could see the third digit on there. I could see 1960 maybe. That might be 1960 on the button. Loving all these coins from the 40s and on up. And one of those Wheaties may be older as well. Hopefully we got back into the 30s or 20s today. Okay, thankfully the sun is behind the one big tree here now, and you can actually see I got a deep-ish 4-inch nickel signal, and I don't think it's going to be aluminum because I'm down just about 3 to 4 inches now, and it still sounds good. So this might actually be an old nickel. I'm listening for them faint tones. There it is. It's an old nickel. Come on, be a buffalo. I'd be pushing it for the edge of this house, but I can hope. It's not a war nickel either, but it's got to be an early Jefferson. I'll clean it up. I'm gonna guess 1940s or 50s. I'm gonna go with 50s on this one. Well, I called it. Not sure if you can see it on there. It's 1952. I can't tell if there's a mint mark. Awesome. So many period coins from this house in this yard. It's sweet. The yard is still giving out. I'm getting tired. 3 to 4 inches down, another Wheatie. We're at about a dozen now, maybe a baker's dozen. I want to squeak out one more silver, but I doubt it. Got to be a war nickel in here, maybe. All of a sudden I got a lot of EMI. You can hear it chattering. But I was hacking down in these roots here for a solid 79-80 signal. It wasn't very deep, but it was down under these roots. And only a couple inches down, I got that key. Thought it was going to be a wheat penny. All right. That looks to be fairly old. Probably from the early days of the house. Probably from that time period. Moving on. Whoo-wee, that lawn kicked my butt. Being a small residential one, I didn't want to bust out the foot shovel and scare the homeowners with it, make them think I was digging trenches. So I thought I was out there longer. I was only out there for not even 3 full hours digging with my Lesh hand digger. I'm going to need a nice hot shower, but very well worth it. Tons of good finds today. Can't wait to get it all cleaned up. I'm just sitting here at a park resting. Got a little bit before dark. I might start head home and maybe I'll try to find a tot lot at a school on the way back or something. If I'm feeling ambitious. Probably not, but maybe. Alrighty everyone, this is going to be a brief wrap-up of all the finds from this 1949 house. I hope you guys enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed doing the hunt. This was the first major door-knocking session of 2019, and it was definitely a good one. So, anywho, if you've all watched some of my really old videos, I haven't done this in a long time. I set out all the coins in order by date. And I like doing that around permissions like this that put out a lot of coins because it kind of tells the story. So first off, we're going to go ahead and start with the relic bits. We have that very boisterous looking clip-on earring. We have the key and we have the dog tag, which isn't as old as I thought. This one is actually from the year 2000, which is interesting because that one coin spill I found was also probably dropped in around the year 2000 because we had a Maryland state quarter, a New Jersey state quarter from 1999, and a 1999 zinc penny, and all three of those were in the same hole. So 2000 is the newest quarter, and that's the date of the dog tag. So unless I missed something, there hasn't been any coins or similar items dropped since the year 2000. So that's quite interesting. But it goes from there. And it starts its way back into zinc pennies. You know, randomly there's a dime, a quarter, but we're back to 1983. Goes into the copper sets, 1974, 72, and then right back into the 1960s. So you can see most of the coins I found are pre-1970. So you got a couple pennies from 68, 67 dime, 65 quarter, and then right into the 64 coins. We got 3 pennies from 1964. A nickel from 1964, a silver dime from 1964. We almost got ourselves a whole date set there. We got a 1957 wheat penny into that beautiful 1956 quarter. Then we got a few wheat pennies from 53, a 1952 nickel, that amazing silver-plated 1946 Canadian cent, and a silver dime from the US from the same year to match it. Then we got a 45 wheatie, a 44 silver Mercury dime, followed by 3 1944 wheat pennies, which are very common, the most minted wheat penny in existence, so you find a lot of them around the World War II era homes, and 1943 quarter, followed by a 42 penny, 41, actually 2 of those, and into the oldest coins of the hunt. One of these wheat pennies in really bad shape, it's hard to tell, but I believe that is a 1930 Philadelphia, pretty bad condition, and the oldest coin, clocking in at 101 years old, one of the wheat pennies was a 1918 Philadelphia. So overall, an amazing coin shooting hunt. It's been a while since I've had a hunt quite like this. So anyhow, thanks everyone for watching. If you haven't, please consider subscribing. Take care, and happy treasure hunting. I'll see you soon.